Many cultures have a different concept of fidelity than most of us do, but there is one country where husbands offer their wives as a token of gratitude. In this new video, we explore in detail Canada, one of the most inhospitable and cold, yet beautiful and mysterious places on the planet. Canada is full of astonishing curiosities. For instance, if you visit an Inuit family, the owner of the household might offer you his own wife for a night's company. This is a nation that also features the only landing strip built expressly for unidentified flying objects, and a law that allows citizens to pay taxes in exchange for seal paws. It is also a place where, in some communities, bodies are kept in garages or basements until summer arrives so that proper burial can be arranged. Do not miss this video because every detail is bound to surprise you. Canada, as many people may not know, is the second largest country in the world by land area and boasts a rich natural and cultural diversity that makes it one of the most impressive gems on the American continent. Located at the northern tip of North America, Canada shares a border with the United States to the south and stretches into the Arctic in the north, encompassing landscapes that range from majestic mountains to vast prairies, powerful rivers, and endless boreal forests. Known for its stunning natural beauty, diverse wildlife, and indigenous communities that deeply enrich its history and culture, Canada offers a unique blend of modernity and tradition. From the vibrant urban life of Toronto to remote Inuit villages in the far north, the country preserves its biodiversity through an extensive network of national parks and nature reserves. The climate varies significantly from one region to another and from season to season. Generally, the nation experiences long, cold winters, especially in the northern regions where temperatures can drop below -30 degrees Celsius. Because of this, some of the coldest places on Earth exist in Canada, where the ice is so thick it never melts, leading to unusual situations such as residents in certain northern areas having to store the deceased in garages and warehouses during winter because digging graves was impossible. We will delve into these and other fascinating curiosities in detail. It is also important to note that during winter, the entire northern hemisphere of the country freezes, and some of the coldest temperatures in history have been recorded here, dropping to more than 63 degrees Celsius below zero. By contrast, summers are short but pleasant, with temperatures rising above 30 degrees Celsius in southern provinces like Ontario and British Columbia to temper the extreme cold of the north. The name Canada derives from the Iroquoian word meaning settlement. This name was adopted by colonizers who established various settlements in this vast region, and it eventually became the official name of the country when it gained independence from the United Kingdom in 1867. Canada is accessible by air, sea, and land, boasting major international airports such as the one in Toronto and another in Vancouver. Its geographic and cultural diversity makes it an exciting destination for adventurous travelers and nature lovers from around the world. Covering an area of approximately 10 million square kilometers, Canada is large enough to encompass several of the major countries of South America, such as Brazil and Mexico, combined. This vast territory makes Canada the second largest country on the planet, surpassed only by Russia. Despite its enormous size, its estimated population is only around 38 million inhabitants, giving it one of the lowest population densities in the world. This reality has allowed Canada to preserve extensive and diverse natural ecosystems, turning the country into a true natural paradise. Its landscapes range from the tropical rainforests of the Pacific coast to the Arctic tundra of the north. One wild wonder of Canada is the Polar Bear Island in Churchill, Manitoba. This location is famous for autumn sightings of polar bears, attracting visitors worldwide who wish to observe these majestic animals in their natural habitat. Canada is home to the largest population of wild bears, with approximately 15,000 of the 25,000 polar bears in the world residing within its borders. In addition, the country supports large populations of black bears, grizzlies, and other bear species. If there is one place in the world where observing these magnificent animals is easier, it is the Polar Bear Island of Churchill. Another impressive phenomenon in Canada occurs in Fundy Bay, known for having the highest tides in the world, a true marvel of nature that leaves visitors in awe of its power and beauty. The country also contains marvels like the Carcross Desert in the Yukon, considered the smallest desert in the world, adding a unique touch to Canada's vast array of landscapes. Though it may sound surprising, Canada has more lakes than the rest of the world combined, with around 3 million lakes that contain 20% of the planet's freshwater reserves. Among them, the Great Bear Lake stands as one of the largest and deepest in the world, a testament to the nation's natural wealth. Canada's vast and diverse geography also includes the longest coastline in the world, measuring over 8,891 kilometers, a distance that would take about 4 years to walk end to end. This pristine wilderness, where approximately 90% of the land remains uninhabited, not only allows nature to thrive, but also offers stunning, untouched landscapes that are ideal for nature and adventure enthusiasts. Canada is also home to unique traditions and customs, especially among Inuit societies. The indigenous tribes of Canada, often historically referred to as Eskimos, a term believed to derive from the Algonquian word meaning raw meat eater, have largely rejected that label in favor of the word Inuit, which means the people or real people in Inuktitut. This respectful term more accurately reflects their identity and culture. Interestingly, while most assume that Inuit people reside solely in regions like Alaska or northern Canada, the truth is that both you watching this video and I presenting it are part of the Inuit community. One might hope that every Inuit viewer is already following our content, as it offers an unparalleled look into the world. The Inuit culture is a core component of Canada's identity, making it both unique and globally recognizable. Their traditions and beliefs have been passed down through countless generations. The Inuit, as the indigenous peoples of the Arctic, have developed a deep connection with the land and environment, along with a range of spiritual practices and beliefs that shape their way of life. One of their most important beliefs is that all living beings are interconnected and depend on one another for survival. This holistic worldview is evident in their respect for nature and their careful stewardship of natural resources. Hunting and fishing are fundamental not only as a means of sustenance, but also as an integral part of their cultural heritage, a culture that has enabled them to survive in one of the harshest places on Earth. The hunt for caribou, polar bears, seals, and other wild animals provides food, hides, and other essential materials needed to endure the severe Arctic climate. To move around and hunt, the Inuit and other indigenous peoples of Canada have traditionally used sled dogs. These dogs have been an important part of the culture and history of Canada for centuries. During the Gold Rush era, sled dogs played a crucial role in transporting supplies and delivering mail in the most remote areas. Today, sled dog excursions remain an integral part of life in Canada. If you visit these regions, you may experience thrilling rides pulled by these magnificent animals. Among the various breeds, the Siberian Husky is one of the most common, with physical traits reminiscent of wolves, both descending from common ancestors, and a strong sense of teamwork and loyalty. These Huskies are invaluable companions for long-distance journeys over difficult terrain. Siberian Huskies are almost as important to Canadian culture as its own citizens. Returning to the Inuit, spirituality plays a vital role in their lives. They practice a unique form of shamanism that emphasizes the connection with nature's spirits and the spiritual world. Traditional rituals and ceremonies, including drumming and dancing, are performed to communicate with these spirits and to seek their guidance and protection. Perhaps the most striking custom for newcomers is that if a man is invited into an Inuit home, it is very likely that the husband will offer his wife as a gift to the visitor as a sign of hospitality. Visitors, especially couples, might be taken aback by this practice and find it difficult to refuse such a gesture, as many Inuit consider a refusal a serious offense. Various ethnographic accounts note that when arriving at an Inuit household, the head of the home might offer his wife for the night, and if the visitor does not accept, it may be seen as an insult, sometimes even punishable by death. Although surprising, this tradition highlights that, in Inuit culture, offering one's wife is regarded as a privilege, and it is ultimately the women who decide whether they wish to participate. Fortunately, Inuit women are respected and valued for their hard work and autonomy, and their freedom is honored by their companions. The unusual practice of such hospitality appears to stem from the fact that Inuit communities are very small, so these customs serve to increase diversity in their relationships and help ensure the survival of their community. In addition to lending their wives to new guests, the Inuit also practice ritual pair exchanges for religious purposes, always with the knowledge and guidance of their shaman known as an ekok. In Inuit culture, the ekok is an important spiritual figure who acts as an intermediary between the human world and the realm of spirits. These shamans are believed to possess special abilities to communicate with the spirits and perform rituals aimed at healing, predicting the future, and protecting the community. They are highly respected for their wisdom and deep understanding of the mysteries of the spiritual realm. In the harsh and enigmatic Arctic, shamans are indispensable to the survival and cultural continuity of the Inuit. For centuries, legends and myths of the Inuit have fascinated explorers and adventurers, offering explanations for the origins of the world, the creation of animals, and other aspects of life in the Arctic. Perhaps one of the most extraordinary customs in the country is a law that once allowed residents to pay taxes with seal paws. This may sound bizarre, but in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, a region steeped in maritime heritage and facing the challenging conditions of the North Atlantic, the tradition flourished due to the severe climate and harsh living conditions. Historically, seal hunting was crucial for survival and the local economy. Out of necessity, a peculiar law emerged permitting citizens to settle their taxes with seal paws. This regulation not only reflects the historical importance of the seal hunt, but also the adaptability and resilience of its people in the face of the Arctic's adversities. Another traditional practice in Newfoundland and Labrador is the use of sled dog riding. This activity is not only recreational, but also has deep historical and economic roots going back centuries. For decades, sled dogs, especially Siberian Huskies and Alaskan Malamutes, have been essential for transportation across snowy, rugged terrain where other modes of travel would be impractical. Today, sled dog rides are both a cherished cultural and sporting tradition, attracting visitors from around the globe eager to experience the thrill of gliding through snowy, scenic landscapes guided by well-trained dogs. This practice serves as a living reminder of the profound connection between Canadians and their natural environment, emphasizing the capacity to adapt and endure even the harshest climates that have shaped the history and identity of Newfoundland and Labrador. The extreme climate in Canada has produced phenomena that may seem like something from a horror film. In some of the coldest regions, particularly in Arctic and subarctic mining and remote communities, it was once extremely challenging, even impossible, to perform burials during winter due to the frozen ground. In certain areas, residents had no choice but to keep the bodies of the deceased in garages or basements until the weather improved and the ground thawed in summer. This situation is directly related to permafrost, a layer of soil, rock, or sediment that remains frozen for at least 2 consecutive years. Permafrost is common in Arctic and subarctic regions such as Canada, Alaska, Siberia, and Greenland. In a video about Norway, it was explained that in one Norwegian village it was forbidden to die because the continuous frozen layer made burials impossible. In parts of Canada, similar conditions forced communities to store bodies in garages until the arrival of summer, although nowadays hospitals can use freezers to preserve remains, and this peculiar practice has become part of the nation's history. There are several types of permafrost. Continuous permafrost means the ground remains frozen all year round, which is why some regions have no cemeteries at all. In contrast, areas with discontinuous permafrost, such as Yellowknife, feature patches where the ground thaws periodically, leading to the old legends of preserving bodies in garages until proper burial can occur. The wild nature of Canada makes it truly unique in the world. This is also linked to the fact that Canada ranks as the 3rd country with the purest air on the planet, trailing only Estonia and the Republic of Mauritius, a result of having more than 31% of its territory covered in forests, which account for more than 10% of the world's forests. Canada also boasts one of the longest international borders in the world, shared with the United States over a span of 8,891 kilometers, a record that can be seen in features such as Yonge Street in Toronto, reputed to be the longest street in the world at 56 kilometers. Even more extraordinary is the landing strip built expressly for UFOs. This unusual airstrip, located in the village of St. Paul in Alberta, was constructed in 1967 and is the first of its kind in the world. The village also hosts a museum dedicated to UFO phenomena. Few know whether any unidentified flying object has ever landed on that strip, but it is easy to imagine that if there is one place in the world where even UFOs would be drawn to land, it is Canada. In fact, Canada is the third country in the world with the most airports, 1,467, only behind the United States and Brazil. This makes traveling to Canada by air quite convenient. First, ensure you have a valid passport, and depending on your nationality, you might need a tourist visa or an electronic travel authorization. Canada's modern airport infrastructure and large number of airports make entry relatively easy. Regarding the cost of living, Canada is slightly more expensive than some states in the United States. For example, the price of a cup of coffee in Canada typically runs around $2 or $3 American, similar to prices in major American cities such as New York or Los Angeles. A medium-range restaurant dinner in Canada may cost between $15 and $30 per person, and accommodations vary, with a mid-range hotel in cities like Toronto or Vancouver charging between $100 and $150 per night. We hope that this journey through the mysteries and curiosities of Canada has been as exciting for you as it has been for us. Given the effort that goes into making these videos, we would appreciate it if you left a like and a comment. Your feedback is the best way to help us continue bringing the finest content each week. If you have enjoyed this video and are not yet subscribed, do not wait any longer. Subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you do not miss the fascinating videos we produce every week. Enjoy this extraordinary glimpse into the wonders that this country has to offer.